Good morning, everyone. Let me just put my video on. Good morning, everyone. My name is Leticia, and before we begin, I would just like to start off with the housekeeping rules. For everyone who's joining, please remember to keep your audio off and your camera off too. And we will be starting. I would like to let you all know that this webinar will be recorded and the PowerPoint presentation will be shared with you. Before I begin, on the side of SheTrades, SheTrades is an initiative that aims to connect women entrepreneurs to international markets and financiers. And we have the investment arm called SheTrades Invest, which connects eligible women entrepreneurs with the right financiers. And at the same time, we help them become investment ready. In the SheTrades Invest team, we have Anna Mori, who is our project and partnership manager, myself, who am the project coordinator, Marco Aletti, who is our access to finance expert, our communications expert, Nina Jason, and Ms. Hanan Taifour, who is our advisor and Mohibraham fellow. So as I explained before, SheTrades Invest aims to connect women entrepreneurs or right impact investors and also make them investment ready through trainings, workshops, webinars, e-learning courses, and coaching and mentoring. Today, we have with us Absa Bank, who's been our partner for almost 5 years. And we have them, they are going to be sharing with us the funding opportunity, the products and services, and they're going to run through us what do they look for in for a business and what are their offerings. And please use this opportunity to really engage with Absa and ask the right questions in order to increase your knowledge and increase the opportunity of getting funding. Now today we have with us Ms. Elizabeth Wasuna Ocha. She's the Business Banking Director for Absa Bank Kenya and is responsible for commercial banking, transaction banking, Islamic banking, vehicle and asset finance, agribusiness, and SME teams. Under the SME, she is spearheading Women in Business proposition, which they are in partnership with ITC SheTrades. Ms. Elizabeth's banking career experience spans over 20 years, having started off her career in the banking as a trainee. She has worked in two other top-tier banks in different capacities, most recently as the head of Business Banking Standard Bank, Malawi. Ms. Elizabeth also holds a Bachelor of Science in International Business Administration and a Master's in Business Administration with emphasis in Marketing and Strategic Management, both from USIU. In addition, she has membership with the Kenyan National Chamber of Commerce, where she serves as a patron member in Kenyan Private Sector Alliance and the American Chamber of Commerce Association. Ms. Elizabeth, welcome, and I give you the floor for you to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Leticia. So good morning, ladies. Good morning, distinguished ladies. It is so good to see you, to be with you this morning. You know, it's a very different environment that we operate in. It's a COVID environment. And believe me, we'd have loved to sit and have coffee and, you know, give each other high fives and hugs, you know, as ladies are normally used to giving when you meet each other after a long time. Because as Leticia says, we have had a long-term relationship and we really, really love the engagements that we have with the ladies of the SheTrades. And so we so look forward to having a continued relationship and conversation in today. So let me just start by first and foremost hoping that you're keeping safe and observing all the preventative guidelines issued by the Ministry of Health, because in your health, that is where we'll find the strength to be able to overcome this pandemic and move forward. It is possible. During these difficult times, we as Absa have remained united with fellow Kenyans and really the world in general to strive to continue playing our role as leading caring financial institution. But even more importantly, we remain resolute in helping our customers navigate these difficult times presented by COVID-19 pandemic. For those in the SME sector, the backbone of our economy, our commitment has been to hold their hands every step of the journey. This includes equipping them with information and insights through our bi-weekly SMA webinars, where we discuss topics to help SMEs stay afloat during this season. So far, we have held 8 sessions of these webinars, which include cash flow management, managing financial resources during a pandemic, business continuity planning. And I think this is one of those topics where we found that a lot of SME businesses needed support in being able to understand what is a business continuity plan and how does it help, and especially in this COVID environment. We've also had emotional intelligence, which was by and large our most well-received topic, because in this emotional intelligence, we found very critical things that most of our SMEs and businesses in general did not have in being able to engage with their staff, engage with the environment, engage in an intelligent manner, know what it takes to be able to engage, even understand yourself in this COVID environment. So we've had various topics, and we continue to have topics that are picked up by our customers that they feel that we need to give them a supportive information. In this way, we continue to provide solutions to help SMEs adapt to the new ways of doing business, while cushioning them through our ongoing loan relief program to reduce the burden of their monthly financial obligations, and also to help them improve their cash flows. As Absa Bank, we earnestly believe in the possibilities that Kenyans have, and we are changing to reflect and address these realities. That is why we have remained a strong inclination and commitment towards expanding the role and influence of women in business. Our business relief options include restructuring of existing loan repayments in line with expected cash flows. So this is a very personal conversation that each and every business that is struggling in our environment needs to have with us, especially for those who have loans and are struggling with their loan repayments. And this we've done through providing loan repayment holidays or reduced monthly repayments. Businesses can also access up to 6 million in unsecured overdrafts and short-term loans to cater for their recurrent expenditures, such as salaries. These, of course, is in an effort to make sure that businesses can continue to hold their staff, the important human resource really, to be able to continue their business. We do this out of a strong belief that we can have in our customers' success, we can be there in our customer success now and even in the future. So more than ever, our business women in women in business, and especially because they have an additional burden with catering for their families now. We totally understand what the challenges are, and we're willing to have those conversations. While this pandemic has caused massive disruption to most businesses, we are hopeful that we can overcome it soon and continue building our businesses and the economy as we always have done. In February this year, we launched a kitty, a 10 billion kitty for women in business. And this was really Absa's commitment towards ensuring that women in business have the support that is necessary. And whilst the market dynamics have changed, as you all have realized, we remain focused on finding ways to ensure that we are still able to access the funds. Under this kitty, we can access funding on an unsecured basis for a longer tenor, which therefore means you qualify for more. I encourage you to reach out to us through the Business Club email address, which I'm sure will be shared with yourselves, and we shall support our conversations. We can support you in conversations and whatever else that you need that we have. Presently, women-led SMEs represent 20% of businesses involved in international trade. A small number by any expanse, but it's a step in the right direction. In an effort to increase this percentage, we partnered with International Trade Center, which is ITC, in 2016 through the SheTrades program, which I'm sure you fully understand, to create opportunities for women entrepreneurs to participate in the global economy. This was based on the strength that Absa, as it were, and Barclays then, were both an international and a Pan-African bank, and therefore had strengths in different areas that we felt we could share with the team. Through this initiative, we continue to support women by building their capacities, delivering training on financial literacy, some of which I have mentioned already, entrepreneurship, enabling them to compete effectively on the global stage. So far, more than 4,500 Kenyan women, some present here today, have benefited from the program through mentorship, training, and capacity building conducted via webinar, face-to-face interactions as before, and workshops. A number of these women have further benefited from our financing, we've probably advanced around 2.3 billion to them with an average loan size of about 3 million. There is more. And like I mentioned before, the kitty is about 10 billion. So women, we have an opportunity. This forum therefore goes to further cement our commitment to our goal of advancing gender diversity, more so under our new identity of Absa Bank Kenya PLC. We are thus excited to be hosting you this morning to give you more information on our financial services, products, and tools to benefit you and your business. We encourage you to visit our social media pages, YouTube, where you'll find insights on the webinars already held. We are running a lot of them, and we have posted those on YouTube, and feel free to give us feedback on the same. I hope this session will be the first amongst many that we shall be able to walk with you in your businesses, in your personal journeys for greater partnership and greater success to both businesses. Thank you very much, and God bless. Over to you, Leticia.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. And with that said, today we have a presenter, just her name. We have Miss Caroline Onyango, and she is currently the head of the SME portfolio for Absa Bank Kenya. And she will present to us the opportunities that Absa Bank has. She has, since then, she's joined business banking in July 2019. And Caroline is responsible for unleashing the maximum transformative power of small entrepreneurs as positive economic drivers across Kenya, whilst also tapping into her natural ability to nurture talent, coordinate people and resources for positive impact in both cultural growth and commercial success. Caroline started her corporate career in Barclays Bank Kenya in 1990, and her 30 years of experience in banking gained through her roles as a branch manager, business development manager, head of local business, head of mortgage and asset finance, regional manager for a group of branches, head of sales, head of Barclays, and Work and Eco Bank Kenya as head of branch network. Caroline's strengths are in providing direction, organizing, and decision-making. She holds a Bachelor of Arts in Economics and Political Science from the University of Nairobi and a Master of Business Administration from the University of Birmingham, United Kingdom. Caroline has also done various leadership and management training. Caroline, welcome, and I'm going to kindly ask for you to share your screen to start the presentation.
Good morning, and thank you very much, Leticia. Thank you very much, and good morning to all the ladies. We're very excited to be with you today and to see how we can continue the partnership to Elizabeth's conversation, where we said, you know, we are really, really excited to be here today and just see how we can cement this partnership much greater. So it's an honor for me to be with you today. And as Leticia has introduced me, my name is Caroline Onyango. And given that this is going to be the first of the many sessions we're going to have together, I will try to demystify Absa and what are the financial solutions that we can offer and how we can walk the journey with yourselves to just make sure that we support and assist you to grow your businesses. So is really a big pleasure for me, and I really look forward to this very session. I'm really normally used to having people so that I can sort of gauge, ask questions, and sort of interact. But I will try my level best, just looking at the screen and communicating to yourselves. So without much ado, I'll just go on straight into the presentation on what we are able to offer you as business people in Kenya. So just to give you a small brief, under the leadership of Elizabeth Osuna, who's just spoken with us a few minutes ago, our business director, we had an intensive research that we did just to sort of interact and engage with SMEs in Kenya to understand what exactly are their needs. What exactly are they looking for as SMEs? And we did a full year in 2018 just to understand what exactly would they want to benefit from being in partnership with the financial institution, or for them to be able to grow. And from that 1 year intensive engagement with our SMEs, both our SMEs and those who were not our customers, what came out were 3 critical things. 1 was the aspect of access to finance. 2 was the issue of their need. What they came out very strongly was that they needed to be developed in terms of their capacity. And the 3rd thing that came out very strongly was scale and ensure in terms of from what they were asking us. We had a very long list of things, but these 3 items consistently came out. And the interesting thing is that when I was also looking at the registrations, the pre-registrations that were done prior to this session today morning, these 3 key things came out very strongly. Yeah, the issue for finance, whether it's working capital, whether it's expansion of business, finance to expand business, whether it's mortgage and equity release or supply chain finance, that came out very strongly. In terms of capacity, even within what came out in the registrations, what are the tools? How can we get our people, good talented people within our organizations or within our enterprises, so that they can sort of propel the enterprises to grow and excel, right? So in today's session, I'm going to try very much to see how we can sort of have this conversation and demystify a couple of these topics that have come out strongly as business needs from business people. So when we look at Absa, and I thought that it is important for this particular session that we sort of introduce that the aspect of what is it that you would be able to enjoy, or what are the benefits if you were to become an Absa customer. And if we look at the business banking solution, the area that Elizabeth, our director, sort of oversees, the product set that we offer our customers out of engagements are quite broad. And if you see, and as I go on further in the presentation, I'll be talking to a good number of these things. Ideally, we would like to have a conversation around starting a relationship with yourselves. And that means, the first step, having a transactional account, having a savings account, and then starting the journey from that. And then what are the other things that will come up with you having that account in terms of, for example, your prepaid card, and I'll talk about that much later. Also, for purposes of being able to support your teams, whether it is the employees who you're operating with, or yourselves on prepaid cards for purposes of wages, fuel, and petty cash purchases. Business debit card, just to help you see how we are getting away from being cash into cashless. So the solution that you'd also enjoy being with us is the business debit card, the business credit card. We are also able to ensure that we equip our customers with point of sale machines. And every time we try to make sure that we see how best we can enhance this so that we are able to provide you with the capacity to do business cashless. So the point of sale machines are an option or a product that we offer customers who are within our Absa fraternity. And of course, we also have other cashless solutions, for example, the pay bill and buy goods option, which I really like to sort of emphasize to our customers, because what it does is that it gives you real-time credit into your account, and it avoids and creates a lot of convenience, because then you don't have to sort of leave your business, leave your core, and walk into the bank. We've also incorporated internet banking for business people, so that you can do all your banking or most of your banking solutions remotely, and hence preventing you having to leave the premises that you operate from. And of course, we have the lending, which is always the topic that every single person wants to hear about in terms of short-term lending, trade facilities. How are we able to get finance? How are we able to be supported for us to be able to, sort of assist our business? So our product sets are quite extensive for our business customers. And in addition, just within the business banking solution as a customer, is that one of the things that we also look at is that we have what I call special units, just to make sure that we are serving all the customers that we have, the broad spectrum of customers that we have. And on that context, I'll just sort of let you know that if you are Muslim entrepreneur and you want Muslim products or Lariba products, we do have that in place. So we have a unit that manages Lariba products. And if I can just sort of give you a highlight, just yesterday, after engagements with the chamber, a partnership with the chamber, we were approached and we were made aware that we had some Muslim sisters, women in business, who wanted to understand what is it that we can offer, what is it that we can trade, and we were given the highlights that the entrepreneurs who are ladies were not aligned in terms of technologically, so they wanted to have face-to-face. And our Lariba department said that was something that we could do within the COVID environment, of course, observing all the COVID issues. And so we decided that we will have them sitting in different shifts, 10 of them. And with the first lot of ladies we met yesterday, and we had a very good engaging presentation to them, of which 7 out of the 10 actually applied and signed up to join our Absa fraternity. So we have the units like Lariba, where we listen to what is the need of the client, and we try to make sure that we can meet to what the needs are and provide the services and products that they're looking for. We do have a unit that looks after, asset financing on all the asset aspects that you'd want, whether it is a car, whether it is machinery, in terms of all your asset needs. Then we also have a function that's within our business banking that addresses that, just to make sure that we sort of tailor-make as many solutions for our customers. We also do have a specialized agriculture unit within the business banking. So you working and joining us means that if you are in agribusiness, and I think I noticed that we had some 2 or 3 ladies who are doing agri, yeah, we can see what to support you. So we do also have this unit within the SME proposition, just to make sure that we support you, understand you, walk the journey with you. So in terms of the business club and making sure that you're digital, I'll just talk to that in the coming slides going forward. So that's what you will sort of expect in terms of our product sets. I just thought that I should bring into context that, of course, we would like you to understand who is this you are partnering with from a financial perspective. And that's the journey that I thought would make value for you, to sort of just bring out to you in some context or in some high-level detail what it is that we could do for you. I'll probably tell the ladies, because now I can't see you, don't take too much notes. We will avail the presentation for you. And of course, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to sort of put it in the chat. We'll see how best we can answer as many of your questions as possible. So within our SME proposition, what we can assure you is that, of course, when you walk in, we will be able to offer you an account. And the Absa Biashara account is one of the products that we can offer you in terms of account opening. And I will talk about that in a little bit more detail as I move on to the presentation. However, one of the things that is very exciting about this Absa One account, or our Absa accounts that I will talk about, is the multi-currency prepaid card. I always find it a very sensational card because, one, it has got 8 currencies. For those of you who trade outside of Kenya and the Kenya shilling, then it is a very excellent instrument that you can use for purposes of taking care of fuel, if you have trucks, taking purposes of if you go out of the country and have to shop, for your business. So it has the euro, it has got the USD, it's got the rand, it's got Kenyan shillings. So 8 currencies that are there that make it easy for you to sort of, work with the kind of money that you'd want to deal with when you're trading outside the border. Another thing that I find very exciting about this card is for those people who are parents and have children in college. I've always found that this card is a very good card to have and to give to your child, especially your children who are going to the university. Because, one, you can load it remotely without necessarily going where your child is in college. So once you give the child in college, if your child is even abroad, you can load it from here for the purposes of the benefit of the child. In addition, because it is one of those things that you can use as a point of sale, one of the excellent things it does is that if you are the parent, if you do ask that you get notified where that card is used, then you absolutely have an idea where your child is, who ideally should be in the university doing what they need to do. So it's an excellent card in terms of tracking not only your business, but also as a parent for those of you who have children abroad or those of you who have children in the university locally. It's a very powerful tool that will go a long way to give you peace of mind. Something else that we totally offer is lending on secured basis, whether it's an asset-based financing, whether it is mortgage. So if you as a client need support there, then indeed we do support you in terms of offering you finance for purposes of a secured aspect to acquire an asset. For this specific webinar, I will not get so much into detail on the lending space, both for the asset-based financing or for the, your working capital lending, which of course looks to give you, whether it's LPO financing, invoice discounting, bid bonds, all those are unsecured or unsecured lending up to 10 years. For this particular webinar, I just wanted to highlight that we offer you secured lending for purposes of you getting assets, and also we do offer unsecured lending for purposes of managing and doing your business. But the detail for this one, we shall hold it because we are having another session with yourselves, and we shall divulge and absolutely demystify what does it mean, how can you get the credit, what do you need to do, how do we walk the journey with you. So for this particular one, I just wanted to reaffirm to every single person that indeed we do offer the following services in terms of lending. And looking at the registration, it was quite an ask, and hence the next session, we will completely sort of demystify that. In addition, we're trying to get our customers into a digital world just to make sure that you are able to manage your business remotely, effectively, efficiently, with a lot of convenience, and of course within the COVID environment with absolute safety. So our business internet banking solution gives you all the information that you need to operate, how to run your business. It also enables you to make payments like your iTax payments, whether it is pay, VAT, and of course turnover tax that you need to do. So that is, you're able to do that effectively from your premises or from your site. In terms of, in addition, just to get you into the digital space, I had mentioned earlier pay bill and our buy goods options that we give to our customers. One of the powerful and good things is that it just brings you real-time settlement. And once the deal is done at your premises, your account is credited, and you do then get an SMS alert for purposes of running your business. So in terms of the holistic aspect of what we are able to provide for you, we will enable you digitally. We will ensure that you have an account. We will make sure that you can absolutely borrow from a secured perspective or an unsecured perspective. Those are some of the things that we are proud as Absa to be able to afford our SME customers. So that is a bit of who we are. So that I've noticed also that not very many people are perhaps our customers. I thought it was important that just to let you know that if you were to join Absa, what is it that you will sort of enjoy from this perspective? So that is a bit of who we are. And now to get into the real gist of this presentation, it's about now speaking to how are we empowering our SME customers. And that's the next session that I want to go into. And I would like to play a clip, a short clip for about a minute or so.
Welcome to My SME Tool System in association with Absa, a way of running and managing your business easier and simpler by focusing on performance. Get top tips on how to quote, invoice, and getting paid. Learn how to write a business plan, how to raise funds, work out reports, and analysis of your business results. Be part of the SME entrepreneurial community, where you will make business connections, exchange information, learn from each other in vastly different stages in the business journey. My SME Tools is data sensitive and runs on any device from a PC, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Find a business dashboard which has your income, expenses, and net profit for the month to date, helping you understand your business financial position in real time. Access to your business finances, as well as automated financial statements where you simply add an asset, investment, or loan. And great news for Absa customers. The plan.
Hi, Caroline. I believe that the video is over. Hi, Caroline. Is everything all right?
Letitia?
All right, perfect. There you are. You're stuck for a moment.
Okay. So great. So that's just a short clip speaking to empowering our customers. When we started in the initial stages, we said, our customers want capacity. What can we do? And if you just went through the clip, we are able to empower, having that toolkit in terms of doing your business plan, in terms of how to raise funds for your business, in terms of how to connect with other entrepreneurs for purposes of networking, for purposes of getting markets and new business for your business. So that's one of the things that we will be able to do for you as you join Absa, and enable your business and put it into positioning it for purposes of its growth, for purposes of your, your ability to understand how much more you can make out of your business. So one of the things that we strongly do is to make sure that we can assist our businesses for purposes of building the capacity and the capability. Now, when you looked at the tool, of course, we did say that, if you are an Absa customer, you'll get the tool free until 2021. And I'm sure in your mind, you're asking, what does it take then to be an Absa customer? And from where I sit, I always tell customers that it's important to understand. It's always good to understand who is the person you're getting into a financial relationship with. Who is this? Who is that financial person? And so from an Absa perspective, if you were to walk into ourselves and say we would like to have a relationship with us, because that's what we aspire to do. We normally like to make the journey a journey of sustainability in your walk. So if you were to walk in, the first thing we have is that we have to, in terms of account opening, we've got two product sets, two that you can do. One is the pay-as-you-go Absa One Biashara account. So this is cognizant of the customers who have come out and told us, you know what, we only want to pay the bank upon transacting with the bank, whether that is weekly, daily, or monthly. That's at the only time they would like to have that payment. So for that means that they do not then, and they don't then get the normal monthly charges that the account tracks in other banks. So we've tailor-made this particular account solution for our customers so that you only pay as you transact. If you don't transact, and more so like now in COVID, if you're having no transaction, then the pay-as-you-go account will be an account that does not charge you anything. Of course, there are Absa rewards, and of course, you're able to borrow using the Absa Absa account. But I would also, okay. I don't know if I can still be heard. I'm seeing like I'm having some internet challenges. So in terms of our business club, this is a very exciting bundled product. And we offer you a lot of things. For the business club, we have single pricing. It's a single pricing, 2,500 one-off figure that we charge you for purposes of being in this. One of the exciting things is that it has Absa rewards that you're going to enjoy. And some of the rewards that you enjoy is, for example, you get an ATM, a free ATM theft insurance of up to 200,000. You get to access exclusive Absa connectivity activities we have, like wine tasting, like premiere movies. We get to invite you to some of those excellent things. In addition, if your account is having more than 5 million shillings, you then don't get to pay this any cost in terms of the membership club fee of 2,500. Of course, you'll get market opportunities. There's the SME toolkit that I've just sort of mentioned. You'll get this free as a business club member post 2020. Of course, you get insurance benefits that you enjoy as an Absa customer. In addition to being in this club, you get to enjoy a lot of things. Business growth. We look at, say, how can we grow you? Number one, we'll get you, for example, things like the SME Enterprise Academy. Yeah, we've gotten into a partnership with USIU, and we're getting people trained in terms of what it is that they want to understand and have a good grasp of for purposes of them being able to, to run their businesses. We get mentorship programs. On a quarterly basis, we actually have mentorship sessions. Currently, we are doing a lot of webinars. So every bi-weekly, we're having a lot of webinars, which are also having the mentorship programs. We are doing consultancy services that we offer to our business club members. A lot of benefits for you there. In terms of market opportunities, as a club member, you get to enjoy this. This is part of the package that you get in terms of market opportunities, whether it is networking, whether it is, discounted fees for you to join the Kenya National Chamber, which is an excellent chamber that you, as a business person, we advise that people should join. In addition, we do get to make sure that we bring in the marketing opportunities in terms of networking, both locally, regionally, and internationally. And one of the things that COVID sort of brought us into a challenge this year was the fact that in 2020, we had sort of planned a trip to the US, a trip to the UK, a trip to Germany and Dubai for purposes of our business, just to make sure that we could expose our business customers into those markets for purposes of saying, what can you get from that market? How can you trade from that market? What business practices can you get from that market? So for us, we would like you to know that coming to Absa, these are some of the things that you will enjoy that will totally add you value as a business person. I would like to also bring in the conversation around building your wealth. From where you sit and from where we sit, we totally appreciate that you have the gift of running businesses. And indeed, one of the things that we advocate and we support you to do is to see how best you can grow your business from a business perspective of growth, yeah? And with all the things that we have said, if you join our club, we'll get into networks, we'll get into new markets that require you to grow your business to what you have desired and destined it to reach to. In addition, from the conversations I had, there's an issue about how do I also make sure that I'm able to save so that I'm able to build what my business wealth and everything. So we do have the savings account facilities and options around doing your savings. So in Kenya, I know that most of the people, the opportunities they also tend to use is to say, can I buy property? So they invest in property and they have lots of properties, which we can also support you in terms of how to grow your business. So in terms of the wealth, building your wealth and all the things that we can do, I thought that I wanted to introduce a service that we offer as Absa that most people don't know, and that is a good service and a good tool that you can use for your business also as an investment option. So our treasury bonds, I want to speak about treasury bonds, and treasury bonds are government instruments. The ones that we do, the service that we offer customers are government instruments, and they are a secure medium to long-term investment that is typically offered for you to pay in terms of interest until that maturity is realized. So what I wanted to sort of cover in this session is what we have two types of bonds, of course. We've got one, the infrastructure bond, which indeed is a tax-free bond. And we have one that is a fixed income, but does have attracts tax. So I thought that it is important that I spoke about the one that is tax-free. So this bond is available to all members of the public, both in the primary and the secondary market. I will sort of address the primary market in this particular example because then it is when, it's issued for the first time and its benefits come in because I'll sort of bring out the benefits of the first time issuance of the bond. So what are the benefits of bond from you who is a business person, yeah? One is that it's a government instrument. So there's a security that a government has issued it. What I find very important for our customers is that also it's a source of regular income. The bond issues you interest twice a year. So that means that it can actually be programmed for you to invest or to spend as that bond is paid for you. It's a fixed income facility, which can help you in personal budgeting. So it's a good thing. If you look at the scenario that we are in currently in COVID, where if you had your instrument of your business and it's your business that you're running with, if your business is a bar and it was closed, if you had this instrument, at least you'd be sure of 2 additional cash flows. It also enables you have what we call diversification of your portfolio. So it's a very good instrument for you as a business person. In addition, it's something that helps you, that you can be sold. If you wish to sell it, it can be sold from the National Security Exchange, and we do that for you as a bank. In addition, it becomes a very good instrument because you can use it as collateral. So it's an excellent thing. And I thought that I would take you through an example so that you can sort of see what benefit you'll get from this bond. So let me just quickly run you through this for purposes of this session. I know I'm sort of running out of time. So I will just give you this as an example so that you can sort of relate in terms of diversification of your portfolio, in terms of saying, if you're building your wealth, how many wealth streams can you have for purposes of you growing your business into prosperity and sustainability? So for this example, the issue is the Kenya government, and I'm using a live scenario because this was issued just this August. The value date was 24th. So on 24th, all the people who bidded and won the bids were actually debited the amount. The minimum amount was 100,000. The tenor was 11 years. The tenor is 11 years. And the coupon rate is 10.9. That is the interest that you'll be earning that when I was talking about you'll be paid twice a year. And of course, it is tax-free. And redemption structure means that on the 17th of August, 2026, you'll get 50% of the money you have lent to the government. And on 11th of August, you will get 100% of what you've lent to for the government. So for this particular example, the price quote was par. And I'll just go to par because I'm sort of running into whatever, running out of time. So I'll just sort of rush this quickly. So in this particular case, I'll use an example of 10 million. So the face value is 10 million. And because the pricing quote was par, it is par with a coupon rate. What was debited from a customer's account, for example, if you invested in this, would be 10 million shillings. Now, because this particular instrument is tax-free, the only other cost that you pay is 200 shillings. The 200 shillings that's here for purposes of government stamp. So if you look at your debit line, this column which is debit, the total debit or the total cost of your investment is 10,200,000 shillings. If you look at the credit line, this is a very simple instrument. It uses principal times rate times time. So the principal face value is 10 million, the rate is 10.5, and the time is 12/12. That's 1 year. So therefore, if you do that calculation, you'll realize that after every 6 months, and the government actually tells you what date of that 6 months every year they will pay you that amount of money. For this 10 million, you will get 545,000 shillings. 545,000 shillings every 6 months. So at the end of it all, if you stay to the end of this particular bond, you will have made a total return of 19,265,000. That means you will have made a profit from this investment of 9,264 shillings and 80 cents and 800 shillings. So what is the benefit of this? One, it creates for you the cash flow. Remember when we were talking about you are going to get twice a year some flow coming in into your account for purposes of you seeing what you need to do. If you have insurances that you need to do, if you have bills that you need to pay off, this becomes an income line for you, an excellent income line for you. In addition, if you were to compare it, and I would like to just compare, and I'm not saying that don't go investing in property. If you were to compare it, for example, with a 10 million property on Mombasa Road, a 10 million property in Mombasa Road will probably bring you a rental income of about 40 to 50,000 shillings. Yeah. Now, if you look at after 6 months of 40,000 shillings, you'll make 240,000 shillings from rental income. That is separate from the cost of managing the people who are to pay you rent and what you have to pay for taxes in terms of the government expected taxes for purposes of having that property. So this is just to help you understand that as our customer, would like you to be able to diversify your portfolio and look at, one, you have your business can absolutely bring you high margins. Two is to look and say, how can Absa help you to invest other monies that you can have that can bring you flows that will bring you a higher margin? Because if you look at this, there's no other cost. And of course, you would have to, as Absa would support you to see how best we can take care of this for you. The next that I will speak about for our customer as you walk in, what else we can do for you, is how to protect your wealth. We feel that especially in these times, indeed, you need to sort of, how can we help our customers manage their wealth? How can we make sure that we grow their wealth? And then also, how do we help them protect their wealth. And this, in context, is what are the insurance solutions that we have? Indeed, we have got the health protections, we've got the asset protection, and we've got the life protection that we offer to our customers to make sure that they have the element of peace of mind for purposes of their business. But for purposes of this presentation, and I'm conscious of the time, I will talk about this, what we have, and we call it the ultimate protector. It's a life policy that we currently are offering our customers effective this year, just to see how we can help them around the scenarios that they're going through for purposes of protecting their wealth. And the wealth here is also you as a person. One of the greatest benefits of this is the lump sum payment on accidental death. Of course, we don't like talking about death, but you know what? At some point, we are very cognizant that we will all have to go through that. But the issue here is, how then will you create for those that you will live on, you know, something that they can sort of go through with. And the good thing about this is that it covers up to 10 million and the premiums are not much. So it's one of the things that I like, that, you know, would like people to sort of say, how can you secure, you know, for those that you love and live a continuity in terms of your business and in terms of you as a major breadwinner. In addition, one of the good things about this is that if you should have an accidental death, that means you get you die out of an external force that, you know, you've been hit by whatever, or you fall down and you sort of die and something like that, then the lump sum is a payment of 200% of what you had insured. So that sort of helps, you know, in the journey after the conversation of how those that you love, how do they continue, how do they manage, how do they, you know, put things sort of right. Another good thing about this is that it has the disability benefit. Currently, whether it's accidental or non-accidental, there's a lump sum amount that will be paid to you as a policy holder of up to 10 million. This is also an excellent consideration that we think that you need to, you know, sort of factor in. One of the things that I thought that we should bring this, I should bring to your attention on this, is the issue of the critical illness. So upon first ever diagnosis of the critical illness, you are paid 30% of the sum assured as a policy holder of up to 3 million shillings for cases like cancer, like a stroke, major surgeries. So this insurance takes care of that, which is a good thing because, one, you get a lump sum amount and you can therefore then take care of the medical expenses that you need to sort of manage. So I thought that it's a very excellent protection that we need to let our customers know about, because in this environment that we are living in, you just don't know at what point or what it is that will sort of strike you. And this sort of supports you significantly to manage yourselves in terms of a critical illness. There's nothing as good, in my view, as the power of having an instrument that can help you out when you are really down in terms of your health. Another good thing about this product is that you'll get a cashback. And that cashback is paid every 3 years of 50% of the first year's premium. That means that as you continue to go on with the insurance protection, that after every 3 years, you get in some cashback amount of money of the first premium that you did, which is, I think, an excellent way in terms of also cash flow. Because in our context, most of us believe that, you know what, I should not take insurance because, you know, anyway, I'll only get benefits when I die. And we thought that it's important that we let you know that, you know, you can protect your wealth, you can protect yourself and still enjoy the benefits that come with this. Another excellent benefit that you will get from this particular protection cover is that if you get to live to be 65 years of age, then indeed the premium stops. For as long as you have actually paid this for up to 10 years, the insurance premiums stop and you're covered for life. So that becomes another benefit that you get to enjoy. We feel that it is important that we sort of explain, if you come in as your financial partner, what are the things that we will do? What are the things that will equip you with outside just the lending space? Of course, the lending plays a very important role, but the backbone that falls around, if you have an account with us, what are the things that you will enjoy? How will we support you grow your business? How will we support you grow yourself to unleash the maximum potential that you can be, one, as an individual, two, as a parent or as a woman, and three, of course, as an entrepreneur, driving and propelling the growth of this country. So this was just, in terms of this session, was just to sort of get you to have a good feel of who is this financial partner, what is it that we will offer you, what is it what does it mean, how do we grow your business, how do we just make sure that we empower you, and how do we also ensure that we protect the wealth that you have so far worked so great with over the years. So for me, that is the end of my presentation. Time does run so fast, you know. Just when I thought that I was going to, you know, just getting into the gist of things, sort of times run up on my end. And so I would really like to, you know, thank SheTrades for this opportunity, just to give you a feel of what it is, or what it is we are all about as your financial partners. For those who are our customers, we thank you, and we know that you're already enjoying a lot of these solutions. And of course, Letitia will then confirm our next session, which is going to drive what is key in terms of the majority of what people are saying, you know what, this is what we would sort of like to do, and that sort of touches on the finance aspect. So for me, I say thank you very much for this opportunity. I wish you a lot of God's blessings, and indeed we thank you for growing Kenya, and of course creating employment for 1 million of Kenyans in this country. God bless you, and thank you very much.
Caroline, thank you so much for such an informative presentation. I just would like to ask for everyone to, I'm just going to share my screen here, Caroline, because I see that you stopped yours. But I'm going to ask for everyone to please use this time to ask questions to Absa Bank. I can see that the chat box is very active, and the Absa team is doing a great job with answering as the questions come in. While you ask your questions, I'm just going to ask for you really 1 minute of your time, 30 seconds of your time for you just to fill out the polling system. It's just 2 questions. And from those 2 questions, we're going to have a follow-up email with the evaluation form, depending on what products you're interested in Absa Bank, for them to contact you in future, possibilities of coaching, mentoring, future webinars. And as Caroline stated, that we are going to have a webinar focused on financial projections. So I do encourage you to tune in. If you're already registered on Absa's registration link, you will get notified about the time and date for this financial projection webinar. Now, Caroline, while I put on the polling, do you have any final words, suggestions, advice for our entrepreneurs? And please, again, please feel free to ask your questions. We're going to be putting everything together and answering them for those who have not been answered yet.
So for me, if I may be allowed, first I would like to extend an invitation. This coming Tuesday, as we've, Elizabeth mentioned, and I also did mention, this coming Tuesday we do have a webinar that is going to be addressing raising funds, or fundraising. How do I raise funds for purposes of, my business and business growth? And I would like to extend this invite officially from this platform. We will send the invites for you to, join us for that session on Tuesday. That will be different also from what we will still do for you as an exclusive team in terms of financial projection that is set for the next session based on the needs and that have been requested of us. So for me, that would be the first one. The second one would be to just tell our business people that indeed we are open to partner with you for the purposes of growing your business and growing your business from a diverse aspect, whether it is growing your portfolio size, whether it is growing where is the best way, where would I get the best margins, and therefore where do I get to trade there, whether it is to grow you from a lending perspective, you know, that we are still open to it, how to get you into new markets. So we are very open. We are very open. Of course, the good thing, the important thing is that it never is a block. We will need you to sort of engage with us. We would be happy to start the journey of you having an account with us so that we can understand you and solution you based on your business and your needs, as opposed to a blanket or generalized perspective. So we are open, our branch networks, we have 84 branches. We've got a fantastic team. The Absa team is fantastic. A good number of them are logged in, into the webinar. We are always willing and ready to come to you or you come to us and we make your business a reality that you wish to make it.
That is excellent, Caroline. Thank you so much. I can see from the chat box, and please for your Absa team and Hanan, who's also with us, it seems as if most of the questions have been answered.
Okay.
So from your team, so I think we can maybe wait for another one or two. I've already launched the poll. I can see everyone is filling it out. So again, I kindly ask just for really 30 seconds of your time just to fill out a yes or no for the poll. And I see that there is a question on infrastructure bond from Caroline.
Okay.
Caroline, could you maybe expand on your question in regards to the infrastructure bond?
Yeah.
And then we also have a question from Deborah, who's asking whether Absa has one account, only a business, or if is the Absa one account or only a business account?
Yes, we have the Absa Biashara. We've got the Absa One Biashara, which is business account. And then we've got Absa One account, which is for our retail or personal account. So we have those two types of account. I'm get the bond question.
It hasn't been clarified yet, but there's a message from Julia, or a question actually. She says, good morning, what systems do you have in place for international money transfers? For example, a client wants to pay us by credit card while outside of the country.
Do you have in place international money transfer, e.g.? Yes, yes. Julia, yes. My contacts are down. If you can get hold of us, get hold of me, then we'll see how best to solution you as quickly as possible after we have understood exactly where the client is from for purposes of handling that. So my contacts are on the screen. So just give us more details and then we'll see how best we can close that.
Okay, thank you for that. Caroline has given further clarification on her infrastructure bond question. She says, please explain again how to invest on the infrastructure bond and what does value date mean?
Okay. So how to invest in it? If you go to any of our branches, we'd be able to support you. They would get in with our asset management team for purposes of seeing how best to solution it. So you can actually interact with us on infrastructure bond via your branch, or I'm happy to, if you drop me an email, I am happy to have our wealth people. In fact, I think Hannah is there. Yeah, Hannah is already responding to you, Caroline. In terms of, I can get Hannah to connect with you for purposes of guiding you to the specifics of how to do the investment with ourselves. In terms of value date, that is the date that it will be debited. So of course, what happens is that they issue a bond, an infrastructure bond, and given that the government knows that we are going to bid, they give a span of time. So that span of time, the value date is the date that it will be debited. So that's when the money will be debited from your account if you're successful in the bid. You and your wealth manager, of course. So as Absa will become your wealth managers, and then we will be able to do that for you. So Caroline, feel free to sort of get in touch with us, give us your contacts, do me an email, or Hannah, I can see you're sort of jotting down. Hannah, put your email on the chat so that Caroline has the option of either myself or yourself.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Caroline. We have another question from Ashwini, and it asks, could I submit an innovative ideology product solution proposal to you at the email working in the funding opportunity?
I would say yes. Just let us look at it and then let's see what opportunities are there. So yes, I would say submit, right? And then we will have a conversation from that point.
Okay, that's great, thanks. Lula asks, is the 2,700 shillings to join the business club a yearly or monthly rate?
It's a monthly rate.
Okay. Rate. Okay, that's great.
It's a monthly rate.
Thank you for that.
It's what, let me put it this way. It's a club, so it's like a club membership. And then if you pay that club membership, you enjoy the vast things that I sort of spoke about, yeah? So that is like the club membership fee.
Okay, thank you for clarifying. There's another question from Leondia. How can one with an existing business account access the My SME tool?
Oh, if you could just send me an email and we will connect you. If you're our customer, we will, you already have it. You're as good as in. So just send us an email so that we can share with you what you need to do.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Caroline and the Absa team, for being very consistent with answering everyone's questions. Please do feel free to contact Absa Bank. We will be sharing you more information about the upcoming webinar on financial projection. And I kindly ask for everyone to fill out the evaluation form that we will be sending out later on today. And you will be receiving the recording and the PowerPoint presentation. Caroline, thank you again so much for being with us today. I also would like to thank Elizabeth for her time and giving a good perspective and overview of what Absa Bank is doing to help SMEs and help also women-owned businesses. Thank you all very much, and I wish you a good day.
Thank you, guys. It's been a great presentation.
Thank you very much. And from the Absa family, we all say thank you and God bless.
And God bless,
oh.
Yes. Thank you.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
No worries.